Can I help you?
I'm looking for a William Chamberlain.
There's no one here by that name.
Really? Is he here now?
Are you crazy? You get a death wish, put that thing down.
William Chamberlain.
Yeah. What do you want?
I really need to talk to you.
Might as well come in then. More?
Please.
It's been a while. How did you find me?
Sam Sturgis.
No one knows where I am, not even Sam.
He gave me your file. I just figured it out.
You're good, kid. No wonder they recruited you. So, what was so important that you needed to talk to me?
Ron Stevens is dead.
Oh. Sorry to hear that. Ron was a good man. What happened?
He was murdered by someone after this. Just before he died, he gave me his phone and said your name. There was a picture on it. This is the guy after the case. I found out his name is Walton Creed.
Is that what he calls himself now? Well, that's not his name.
What is his name?
It's William Chamberlain, Jr.
Your son.
He hasn't been my son for a long time.
What do you mean?
20 years ago, I made a decision of conscience. This was it. I knew when I made that decision that it would affect my friends and family. Some more than others, I guess.
If you knew it was going to be this way, would you have made the same decision?
Oh, hell yes. You know what's in that case. You know what's at stake.
I'm well aware of what's at stake, but there's more to it than this.
My son is intense hatred of me and the contents of this case are what drives him. But the people he works for, it's a lot more.
Then tell me.
Ready for a history lesson? One that you didn't learn in school? After the last economic crash, people were without much hope and trusted the government to make things right. It just got too big.
That's in the history books.
Yeah. Wait. This is what's not in the history books. What the crash did was make us vulnerable. Our recovery was much slower than other countries by comparison. SARS was the answer.
SARS.
Severe acute respiratory syndrome. It popped up in Asia 35, 40 years ago. There were some deaths, and it just disappeared. Then it came back with a vengeance. We already had a cure.
What?
That's what's not in the history books. We had the cure for several years already. And we were the only one.
Are you telling me that...
Yes. We let SARS ravage the world. By the time populations were decimated beyond reason, countries would do just about anything to get the vaccine. All the while, we made sure that people here were inoculated. Mexico just handed over the government like handing over the keys to the car. Canada, well, they needed a little more persuasion.
How could this happen?
How? By the time we got it released, we were in the driver's seat. The World Health Organization, under the direction of
The United Nations.
The United Nations, distributed the vaccine. Oh, there were countries that already had the vaccine prior to this. But we couldn't let that be known, so we had to keep it secret. Then Iran got stupid. They demanded attention and dropped a tactical nuke right in the middle of Tel Aviv.
Son of a bitch.
That was all it was needed to give the UN autonomy. They bombed Iran off the face of the earth. Everyone took note. No one said a word. And this was all but forgotten about. With all this newfound power, well, traditional values and reason just get pushed to the side. We forgot who we were. But not everybody.
You.
Me, and a few others. So I started the network. I was the first carrier. The thought was to protect this in the hope that people would change.
then you did the right thing. People are changing. The network is growing.
With all that's been lost, that's good to know. But we're not out of the woods yet. There are a lot of powerful people that want this, including William Chamberlain Jr. Not that he's a powerful person. He's just vicious and will stop at nothing to get this.
What do I do?
Son, you're just gonna have to kill him. If you don't, he'll kill you and everything you stand for. At this point in time, the future really does depend on you.
He's your son!
What did you think I would say?
Not that. I've already killed. How do I come back from that? I remember Sam saying to me, he asked me if I'd be willing to kill to protect this. I said yes. Do you believe that? That I would take a life? Is it worth that? My whole life, all I've ever wanted was to help others. How can this be right if other people have to die?
But you did.
Yeah, I did. I couldn't forget what you wrote in the ledger. Our future is all we have. It can't stay like this, I know that. This is the only thing that can make things right again. So, I know what I have to do.
For those of you that will follow in my steps, this is to let you know why I made the decision I did. And there will be nights as you lay awake, you will wonder the same thing. The path you chose. I did this to save the future. That might sound egotistical, but let me start by saying it was not my future I was worried about. It was yours. And that of your children. Little did I know in the process I would lose the one thing I cared about the most, but altruism is not without sacrifice, as you will come to know. So keep this in mind when you face a loss for the decision you've made and ask yourself, was it worth it? If the answer is yes, then most likely you have made the right decision. Really, our future is all that we have. Many have chosen a future of blind subservience. That's not the way it is supposed to be. All of us have a choice. Now you carry that choice with you. Now the future depends on you.